number 7, Sydney Gray.
So it's a single on an 8-6-4 putout, scraped off the ground by Sydney Gray, throws over to first, back-to-back outs, and there's 2 away in the 7th inning. Tough play from Sydney Gray.
That was an extremely tough play by Sydney Gray. You'll see it here on the replay, just a one-hop scoop, and we've seen the defensive intensity turn up here in the last couple of innings.
We really have. Two away.
Next up for the Huskers, the catcher number 2.
Leadoff batter on right now for the Huskers that are trying to get some momentum, trying to start conference play on the right foot.
Gray, she's got pop in her bat and sends it out for a 2-run home run. We are tied at Bowling Stadium.
How about that? Sydney Gray just absolutely laces this ball. She has been so good when she's on this year. And what a statement, what a response by this Husker lineup.
Tori McQueen has been lights out until this moment. Getting a pat on her shoulder.
Wiles, and Sydney Gray's looking at this thinking, I just saw 2 hittable pitches, maybe even 3, and now I've gone back to back-to-back balls where you've got this opportunity to have the pitcher in your favor.
2-2 is a line drive into left field, going back towards the wall. It skips off the wall. Here comes Breadwell in to score. Stopping at third is Sammy Bland. It's an RBI double for Sydney Gray, and Nebraska increases their lead at 6-3.
There you go. You're able to drive in another run. Sydney Gray was able to be patient enough and let the ball come to her, and she absolutely puts it on a line into left center field. It gets down, and you've doubled the lead by adding 2 more runs here in this 4th inning.
Be worried. We needed that extra layer of protection there, John. We would have gotten hit in the face with shrapnel.
Don't know about that.
Well, it did hit the glass. Maybe I act like it would have hurt. It would have been. It's just plastic. It wouldn't have hurt at all. But I like trying to talk myself on.
That one left field, back at the warning track, at the wall. It's gone. Oh. Sydney Gray, after making a great play in the field, makes a great play at the plate.
Have yourself a day, Sydney Gray. 2 hits before that at-bat, then caps it off by going yard. And that is just a crusher for Wisconsin. Be able to extend that lead to 3 with just a mammoth of a blast.
And extends the Nebraska lead to 3. Perhaps 3 times the charm for Nebraska, having blown the 3-run lead twice.
Dynamo trying to work through a jam here with just the 1 run. One, 2, and that's going to be a fair ball over Girardeau. Another run's coming in, and that's going to make it 2-0 in favor of Nebraska. Gray fought it off and got it to right field and gets the run across.
A really smart play from Gray. You can see her as she passes first base. She thinks about continuing going, but doubles back when she sees the ball hurling at her. So that was really, really quick thinking. Great to see on the field.
So 2 quick runs here for Nebraska. A good start.
Linkletter and Hubbard, I believe, we have out there. And it right in the middle of them, able to reach that base with even a little extra time. Sydney Gray up to bat.
This one is blasted into left center field. That one's going to get down off the wall. Bannon's got to get it in quickly. They're going to try it. Throw here comes in, and safe at home is Bland. Tried the arm there of Cusack and was able to score right in front of it. Excellent play there to try to get it in quickly, but getting the job done with a double is Gray. That's her 2nd hit of the game, and on 2 pitches just like that, Nebraska is back out front.
Domino and Bojan putting their team in a tricky situation.
2-0 pitch ripped to right field. Going back, it's gone! That's a home run for Gray. And Nebraska is back on top with that rocket shot there to the opposite field.
Sydney Gray with an absolute power hit to right field. It was stunning, went flying, able to bring in 3 for the Huskers. The Huskers now leading 6-3 in runs and 9-6 in hits during the top of the 5th.
All Lucy could do out there and right was watch it fly. And Nebraska again with the offensive explosion in the late innings.
In the top of the 3rd inning, for the Jayhawks, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. In the top of the 5th inning, for the Jayhawks, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Go up at the bottom of the 5th.
Behind 3-2, I don't think you'd start the runners because there's no outs. You're not trying to run into anything, but you don't want to give these Nebraska hitters more pitches to see. This needs to be a strike. Now, on the flip side, if you're Gray, you got to fight off everything and expect this to be a strike and take a hack.
It is a strike. It's served to left field. It spins her back. It's off the wall. Caitlin Neal held initially. Now she's hustling home. The throw ends up over the head of the 3rd baseman, and Gray goes to 2nd. I think it's safe to say Sydney Gray is breaking out of that slump. A big double from the Nebraska 3rd baseman, and the Huskers are back within a swing.
She hit that ball on an absolute rope right at Hura in left field. Hura got a little turned around, but I think even if she drop steps the correct way, she doesn't catch that ball. That's a great piece of hitting by Sydney Gray, and this is what the Huskers need to chip away.
Freshman Eva Costales on a team full of them. 4 straight freshmen in the lineup tonight for Michigan. Can one of them win it? Ground ball. Gray fields to 3rd. Got him! It's on to the 8th for the moment. Bonnie Thole will challenge. Could this be a challenge that rules safe and wins the game?
You absolutely have to challenge this play if you are Bonnie Thole. You get 2 per game. If you're right, you get to keep it. So we're going to go to this official challenge right here to see if Michigan wins or if we're going to some bonus softball.
Like there wasn't enough drama.
This is so close. Sydney Gray, how about the effort of changing the direction of her body, but the speed. It does look like she's out.
What a night for Gray. Multiple outstanding defensive plays at third. She's got the only Nebraska hit, which happens to be a 2-out, 2-run double. What a night for the Huskers third baseman.
I mean, she has the hit, right? So offensively, she did it for the Huskers, but the athleticism of that play right there, Evan, first of all, she had to charge that because that was a slow chopper. So she's moving forward and to her glove side. Then she has to change directions. And not only does she have to change directions, she has to completely dive to beat the speed of Conway coming from second. Oh my goodness. I mean, I want to watch that play multiple times, not to see if she was safe or out, but just to watch the athleticism of Sydney Gray right there.
And oh, by the way, Michigan still cannot get anybody home with runners in scoring position tonight. Call stands. On to the 8th.
No runs on 1 hit. Now batting for Iowa.
It's a long at-bat between Hambrick and Andrews to begin this game. Another long at-bat between Hambrick and Gray. Places one in the air, it's deep, backtracking up and over the wall, and Gray gets on the board for Nebraska. A 2-out solo home run, and the Huskers strike first in the first.
Gray can hit for power, showing it here. This one elevated at the belt, too far over the heart of that plate. Sydney Gray makes it hurt, just lifts it over the fence. A 2-out mini rally here for Sydney Gray, puts them on the board. A little bit of bling.
Look at this. You know, Rhonda Revelle didn't give us a heads up on that. All kinds of, I mean, you got the cowboy hat and you got the bling around the neck. We got so much going on. Jenny, write that down in your notes to ask Rhonda Revelle in game about what's going on here, okay?
Right. Pitchers don't get that when they get strikeouts, though. We don't get strikeout bling, you know?
That is a really good point. You never see the pitchers rewarded with the fun stuff.
No strikeout bling. It was a good job looking back, Andrews, too, before making that throw.
Swings at the first pitch. It gets to the outfield, and Andrews making her way home for the first run for Nebraska. And it's an RBI pickup by Gray.
Andrews showcasing her speed. Gray really just getting her barrel out on this pitch. Really just trying to make a connection. Drives it back up the middle. Andrews was going on the swing. Takes a look. Goes immediately on contact. Scores easily.
Gray places it into the air. Oh, what a home run and a response for the Huskers. A 3-run shot. And Nebraska goes on top. Sydney Gray, so far the Husker hero.
Well, Coach Revelle told us that Sammy Gray tends to hit her home runs in bunches. She did yesterday. Hit another one today, gets the home run bling. And this one early on in the count, a changeup. Just connects, gets her barrel on the ball, and no doubter over that fence. Much needed for Nebraska. A little shot of adrenaline for this offense. With runners on to take that lead. So needed for this offense to really get back in this game.
I got some info on the hat. Abby Newland,
Let me hear it.
Abby Newland, one of the injured players from Nebraska, one of her new roles this year because of injury, was getting the title of DJ Gibby. Gibby is her nickname, so the hat, she's added a little bit of flair here, one of her choices, I guess, to add to the dugout. If you get a home run,
way through. But in a lot of cases, that wasn't rolling that hard. You could almost see your middles cover that range.
But human reaction tells you that.
Human reaction, you're right. I know.
Story,
I would have reacted at it 100%. I would have reacted and tried to field it too. There's nothing you can do about it sometimes, but.
Sydney Gray has been huge in this series. A fly ball to right field. That'll get another run in for Nebraska, and they've played it 7 now.
Single in the third to go along with that. Makes her 1 for 2 on the day. First and third, 2 outs. The pitch hit right back up the middle. A diving play by Jess Oakland. Safe at second is Bland, and the run will score. Caitlin Neal makes it a 2-2 game.
It's about the only play that could have been possible there. Oakland diving up the middle. What a hard hit. Oakland just able to get her glove on it. Doesn't result in an out, though. Strelo covering second there.
You see the duo combine there once again on the mid-infield. That time.
And they got pop too.
Hard hit ground ball, and Gray delivers a 1-out single.
So it's normally those hard hits in the air, but you get the hit and it's the ground ball, in this case, up the middle. And so that's what this game is going to be about, just taking advantage of the mistakes, getting on base.
Who is learning not to hop on the roller coaster, and in particular of the Big Ten season. Remember, the Hoosiers started 0-6. They were swept by Penn State, Michigan. Ended up going and winning 11 of the next 12. A pop-up, the play is made, a little backhanded catch. Sydney Gray kind of made that tough for herself. Twisting and turning on that ankle.
The way she grabbed that, I wasn't sure she was going to hold on to it. You see how
A degree of difficulty.
Yeah, no kidding. Just kind of cupped it and grabbed it. Good squeeze there at the end. Even she was saying, "Woo."
Make sure that wrist is still intact.